Welcome to American Beer TV. We are here with Evan Weinberg.
That's right.
Cismontane Brewing Company. You can fucking cuss all you want.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. It's
Yeah,
YouTube.
we're good.
I can say whatever the fuck I
Exactly.
want.
That's right.
So what'd you bring us in? I know you brought us in something pretty special, but what is this?
Yeah, they're all gone, so I don't know what we're drinking now.
No, this is it. This is the one.
This is the oaked Dos Conas.
Nice.
It's just a big ass beer.
Very cool.
IPA, would you call it?
You know, I would call it somewhere between IPA and barley wine.
Yeah,
It's a gray area here.
Yeah, to me it kind of looks, color-wise, it's closer to a barley wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has that really
golden.
deep, gold almost to getting to the red side.
I don't think you can make a beer that's this strong without it being this color, sort of. You know?
This is what, like 11%?
It's about 11%. Yeah. It's got a lot of residual sugar. It's pretty sweet still.
Very cool.
This beer is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
It's pretty intense, right?
It's like
get in there.
sweet candy, caramel.
Yeah.
It does has a little
the
cotton
hops
candy.
come through, but it's not like that bittering
No,
hop. It's like
you can-
this really like aromatic kind of.
Yeah, you can get everything. I mean, you really get the caramel, you get the hops, you get oak. I mean, it's
you get oak.
Yeah, you get it all.
The
Really
oak is nice. The oak really balances it out. The first time we did this beer, no oak.
Okay.
And it was just brutal.
Right.
I mean, it's it's still brutal as it is. It's like 140 IBUs. It's
wow.
It's got more hops in there than is reasonable. I mean, I think we're pushing 4 to 5 pounds per barrel.
Wow,
which is just insane.
It's insane.
It's stupid.
Holy shit.
I keep dumping the hops in the tank, going, the fuck
This
am I doing?
is too much.
This is
your brain goes.
That makes 90-minute IPA sound like a joke.
Yeah, it is actually. I mean, it's a complete fucking joke.
Wow.
It's a complete joke. we had people coming in going, "You guys never make any hoppy beer. Like, where's the hoppy beer?" So I was just like, "Fuck you!
I'm gonna make a really hoppy.
You want hoppy?
Nice.
You want hoppy strong beer? Just try and drink this."
Nice.
And I was really hoping just to ruin people's day, and it turns out they really liked it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I bet.
that's good.
No,
Yeah.
it's.
So
Well, for hopheads, you can't.
I don't think you can go too hoppy. I don't think. I don't think you can.
I don't know,
But
look at that. The bubbles just take time
it's really
to get to
yeah.
the surface.
it is.
Yeah.
It's pretty
drink
thick.
it.
And,
Sweet.
yeah, let's get into this thing.
So the whole idea was we do a beer called Coulter IPA.
Okay.
It's kind of like
Not named after Ann Coulter, is it?
no, thank God.
I was wondering about that.
In fact, it's named after the Big Cone Pine.
Okay.
So, just a little background on the brewery. Cismontane is a geographic term for coastal Southern California. So everything we do is really designed around that theme. We're Californians.
Mm-hmm.
My partner Ross and I grew up in San Diego. We love beer, but everything we do is about that. So all the beers are some way tied to some species or some place or something. The California Common is called the Citizen because it's all about the common citizens of California. Cool. We do the Black's Dawn, named after Black's Beach. We do the Coulter IPA, named after the Big Cone Pine, the Coulter Pine.
Okay.
So, people do double IPAs, whatever. It's like a little stronger, a little hoppier.
Right.
Maybe it's light in color and dry and stuff. But we decided to do a double IPA, and we took the Coulter, and we basically doubled it. So we said, all right, we start at, what do we start at? 17 degrees Plato.
Okay.
So let's go up to, whatever it takes, 24 degrees Plato, or 34 degrees Plato. I mean, let's just go for it.
Just double it.
Let's double it. Let's double everything. Let's take the IBUs. The IBUs in the Coulter are 65. Let's go to 130.
Nice.
We use about 7% rye in the Coulter IPA. Let's go to 14% rye.
Yeah.
So we just started doubling stuff, and then when we got to dry hopping, it was like, well, I don't think doubling is going to do it. So we more than tripled it.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's smart. Yeah, because you're going to have a lot more
actually-
residual sugars.
Yeah, it actually works really well.
It does. It tastes actually really balanced. As much as you're talking about, just doubling this, it actually tastes really balanced because you do get, a really nice caramel flavor. You're getting definitely hops. You're getting the oak. Nothing really overpowers the other. It's really balanced but everything's like amplified. It's like if flavor was a soundboard, you just took everything and just shoved it right up.
And then it was like, oh, the bass is gnarly.
This one
so
goes
we just
to
like
11.
So we just
Yes.
so we just the bass was at 10, so we pumped the hops up to 11.
Yeah, just there you go.
And then you add a little oak in there. You need some, orchestra in the background to go in big band.
Yeah.
You got to have like the whole thing.
Yeah, no, right off the bat, the malt really pulls through, and then it's backed up with
Caramel.
that kick-ass hop.
Yeah,
characteristics.
definitely hops.
Hops.
And then the oak is kind of all the way through there, just right over top, just kind of mellowing
I get
everything
the
out.
oak on the nose, so when you smell it to drink it,
Oh yeah, you can definitely tell it's oak.
You little
you get
cherry.
that kind of you get this weird like herbal kind of smell.
Cherry, very much.
Cherry.
Little smoke.
Yeah, it's almost. I mean, I think
that
I've
fresh
found that
shooting.
one of the things with really big beers and lots of hops is, for all intents and purposes, you put a vegetable in alcohol, it cooks.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's gonna cook. You take some spinach and you put it in a bottle of vodka. That is going to be the most disgusting thing on the face of the planet within 25 minutes. So there's this really delicate line of dry hopping beers that approach 10, 11%.
Good point. I hadn't thought about that before.
You cook the hops, and so you get this kind of funky, spinachy vegetable thing happening.
It like pulls all the chlorophyll out of the hop.
It just cooks it.
Yeah.
I mean, it literally just cooks it. So, trying to get it to balance so you don't get that cooked character.
Yeah.
It's a little tough. So what we do is we put the hops in. In this case, we dry hop it pretty cold, and we dump the hops out as soon as they fall to the bottom.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the hops go in, we pull them out. We dump in more. We pull them out. We dump in more. We pull them out. We dump in more. We pull them. Oh yeah.
Oh, true.
Yeah, it's a little bit more work, but
it's
ultimately you kind of avoid some of that.
Wow,
gnarliness,
that's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of little things in brewing that that most people don't get to hear about.
Exactly. And that's kind of one of the things that we want to do, and especially having you on the show, kind of we can really kind of delve into some of the details of this stuff. Because there's a lot of times when we're sitting here and we get a beer and we're guessing, we're guessing what they did. We're trying to figure out, okay, what did you do with it, and because we're home brewers and we like to kind of pick stuff apart like that, but we would have never guessed something like that.
Yeah,
that's how I'm dry hopping all of my big beers.
and that's part of the problem. Is like we have an advantage because we have the equipment to do it.
Right.
We got dropouts on the bottom of the tanks. You can dump stuff out. Home brewers don't generally have valves on the bottom of the tank or a cone. We don't have cones. We have all open fermentation, so it's a very, very different style of brewery. Yeah.
Open fermentation?
Open tanks. Yes.
Really? Because I would think you would start getting some sour bugs in there and stuff like that, but you're...
Yeah, I mean, you could if we were to allow that to happen. You can absolutely get bugs in the beer, but if you have
even good bugs,
Yeah, good bugs, sure. But if you have sanitary processes and you have healthy yeast when you pitch and you have good clean wort when you put it in the tank, and there's no bugs.
Really?
It's just as clean as any other beer.
The krausen on top of the fermentation kind of helps protect that.
It does, yeah. You have a nice foam layer of yeast. The bram comes up. Any bacteria that falls on there is likely going to die or be outcompeted. Although bacteria grows a lot faster than yeast, the doubling rate is much faster in comparison. So if you do get bugs, eventually they'll take over.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, open fermentation is the oldest style of making beer.
Well, true.
Look at look at Young's or Fuller's, or a lot of the English breweries are still doing open fermentation, and they're shipping their beer all around the world. I mean, even Inkerstein does, they do open fermentation, although their beers are pasteurized, so nothing's going to live.
Yeah.
After that, thanks to Louis Pasteur.
Yeah.
Genius. Love that guy.
Definitely.
Here's to Louis. To Louis.
Yeah, definitely, because a lot of people, equate him with milk, but it's really
beer,
he was doing it for beer. He was doing it for the brewers.
Fuck yeah! He would get in a vehicle of some sort and go from brewery to brewery and analyze yeast. I mean, he was the guy that did it all. If it wasn't for him, who knows what the fuck we'd be drinking. Yeah.
It'd
be
be
some
really
weird,
whack.
wacky
Wouldn't
shit.
taste
Strains,
like
yeah.
it wouldn't taste this gnarly.
No.
Yeah,
We're
able
getting
to,
it
like,
down.
Yeah, pull apart the single strands of yeast that are
That's
unique
right.
to
Right,
growing
exactly.
to
So-
producing beer.
So what are some of the trends that you're seeing in craft beer that you really like and want to start to kind of explore?
In terms of craft beer, I think the biggest thing that's happening is your average person is finally getting fired up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not like they're going nuts and they're craft beer geeks and they're, totally beer-centered lifestyle now. But people are being able to walk into a bar and on almost any street and get maybe a local product or a semi-local product and at least say, hey, I've heard of Stone or I've heard of whatever, New Belgium, or I've heard of and these are regional breweries, but still, that's pretty cool. The people actually care. It's not, I've met guys recently that are in their 20s that have never had Budweiser. I love that.
That's cool. That is. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
I've never
awesome.
even had,
so cool.
they're like, why would, they look at me, they go, do you drink Gallo? I'm like, no. Did you drink boxed white Zin?
Yeah.
I don't. Why would I do that?
Yeah, seriously.
Maybe there was a moment.
Experimenting in the college.
Yeah, why would I do that?
It was free.
It was free. I was in high school. Yeah, I drank
but
that
still,
shit. Yeah, but
that's cool.
a good point. It's like, why would I drink that shit? Because
that's awesome.
But I think that's the one thing that really, really gets me fired up.
Yeah, it's like starting this new generation that just are through with BMCs.
That's
just
it.
don't even.
And we just want to keep that going and keep turning people
for
onto
sure.
it.
I think the other thing that obviously hops are always big. I think that's always one of the entry level beers for people is always a hoppy beer. A lot of times, for some people it's a malty beer. For the most time, it's most of the time it's a big hop bomb.
Yeah.
And
It really,
I drink plenty.
A beer like that really. You can really tell if you're either hophead or you're not. Like they either love it or they don't. They're like, "Wow, I've never had anything like this before."
Yeah,
it's a really hoppy.
And I think there's some people.
I freaking love it.
I think there's some people.
Give me more.
It's like the first time you see a lifted truck and you're like a 12-year-old little boy. It's like, yeah, I want that one.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Grave digger.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
And
and I think there's some people like that don't know about craft beer, and then the beer geeks, the hopheads, come by and they say, "This is good beer. You got to try this." And they might not be. Hops can be kind of an acquired taste, and so they try that and they go, "Whoa, that's intense."
I found that,
and I tried giving those guys a malty beer.
Yeah.
Just to kind of, I did that a couple times earlier tonight, especially because you got that great smoked Scotch ale. If you guys
smoking Santiago.
find his smoking Santiago, that's this great smoked Scotch beer. And here, try this out, and they were like, "Oh wow, this is totally different."
Oh, yeah.
So I always love
smoked beers
throwing
are
people
really
curveballs.
unique,
Yeah.
I've noticed. I've been selling beer for a long time, and people kind of go two ways. They either, if they're really into beer, they either go to the Belgian route or they go to the hoppy route.
Yeah, that's right. Belgians are a big.
Belgians
big
have
starter.
that. Yeah, they're a really unique style.
However, though, if you go and you look up the list of any top 10 beers, you look up, you'll find them dominated by stouts.
Yeah.
Dominated by barrel-aged stouts.
Or just not necessarily even barrel-aged stouts, but imperial stouts.
Yeah, you'll find
it's like imperial stouts and double IPAs are always like.
I think those are the opposite ends of the spectrum.
Didn't we do like a beer news segment on that?
I think we did.
We should do like a top 40 where we listen to like the top 40 hits.
Yeah, we should do that.
And like pair each top 40
It would be like the
hit with
Casey
top
Kasem
40
of beer.
Yeah.
I mean,
fucking wasted.
You have to do some Rihanna, whatever. You pair that with
that'd be weird.
I don't know, maybe some old viscosity or something.
There you go.
Whatever.
Weird.
Yeah.
There you go.
Out there.
What a great idea.
Sounds good.
Top 40,
top
man.
40 beers.
Yeah, top 40.
That'd be kind of cool. Do like just talk to people and just what are your top beers?
You know what I've seen though recently, maybe in the last year or two, which has been pretty cool, is now people have been they've had their palates so blown out by beers like this and these big stouts and these barrel aged products. I'm seeing this kind of like throwback to the Pilsner.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Where you know, like a really great
That
Pils.
and lighter session beers.
I will
Session
say,
beers.
I will say,
like English mild
Yeah.
type style.
Yeah,
like
a few
that.
milds
Yeah.
pop up.
I will
We
say,
tried to do that as one of our kind of core beers at first, and it just, I think we were just like a little ahead of the curve, and people they just didn't get it.
Yeah.
You know?
well, I've noticed I've found that out when I'm going for my IPAs now. I'm looking for IPAs that are, I kind of consider them a little more classy, refined, a little less, bludgeon you over the head with the hops.
Right.
But have a kind of balance, the Bell's Two Hearted. One of my favorites is on tap, the Ballast Point Big Eye.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Big Eye's a great
it's
beer.
really drinkable. It's got a good hop flavor, but it's not like, it's not trying to prove something. You know, it's not like,
Yeah.
we're the hoppiest beer on planet Earth.
You trying to say
Whoa!
that like Dos Conas is
No,
like,
no, this is totally different animal. No. This is totally different. No, I'm not saying that at all. But I'm agreeing with you. It is. It's coming back around from, instead of just a hop palate blaster, you're coming back to looking for things with a little more level of sophistication and craftsmanship.
You know, and the reality is that making a very good quality clean Pils is maybe one of the hardest things
Yeah.
to do.
Oh yeah.
It takes
totally.
a lot more time.
Yeah, I've tried some of my worst beers home brewing were lagers.
Yeah. You
I
just gotta control
totally screwed 'em up.
temperature. They can fire
Trying
it
to
up.
brew like a Helles lager or like a Pilsner or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, you just always screw
Not
'em up.
easy to do. I
They
mean,
have that sulfuric.
The Germans
taste
make good stuff.
Yeah, and-
or it's too hoppy or not hoppy enough. Or
Oh yeah,
it's
it's
really
all
tricky
about balance.
beers, yeah.
You know, as you go lighter, any imperfections that are going to be in the beer
That's
have
right.
less to hide behind. I mean,
That's
you can hide a Mack truck behind a really roasty stout, but
Yeah,
you
that's
get.
true.
I think a rat died in the fermenter. I mean, don't tell anybody. Oh,
That's what I'm tasting.
No, it's fantastic
It's
stuff.
got that
Rat.
little. It's a little furry.
that's right. There's a tail in the
Taste
bottom.
the fur.
Is that the worm or is that the...
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but
I
it's
drank
cooked,
whatever
right?
it was.
Oh, yeah,
it's
it's
cooked.
cooked.
Fucking, it's
It's
cooked.
cooked. It's pasteurized.
Either that or it's hammered. I don't know.
Pasteurized by alcohol. So there we go, guys.
This beer's
Awesome. Thanks
Cool.
for bringing that
Cheers.
over. It's
Hey, you're welcome.
Awesome. Cheers. Nice
Cheers.
talking to you.
Yep.
I would drink
Having
more
me.
if I hadn't drank it all, but it's all good.
Hey.
Go ahead.
I'll
Get out there and drink craft beer.
Cheers,
Yeah,
guys.
have some craft beer.
Woo!
Do I look beautiful?
You look beautiful.
Fuck, I'm stoked.